the gang's all here. The secret third thing. Oh, I love Honkai Star Rail. There she is. Ah, it's bright. So throw a rock at it. Ah, it's the inner demons. She said the thing. There she goes with the bookmark. Hello, friends and gamers. It's almost 11 o'clock and I'm still recording. So where we are at in Honkai Impact 3rd, before the endless dream ends, obviously this event is well over by now. I don't think I even need to say that. We have these 4 stages left, and I'm almost thinking, this is gonna be the video where I keep going until I finish. If it's really long, I will specifically schedule it to go up on a weekend. I wanna be done. I wanna be done. I wanna be done. And we need to be done. So this video does not end until I finish. Before the endless dream ends, she and her story section. I'm not caring about the other stuff. I won't get the outfit for Dark Bolt. It's fine. I don't care. I want to be done. We're starting with 3-3 Liar. And I actually probably should take my medication before I, it's that late. It's that late. But we're all liars who spouted lies about the future. We're all liars. Everyone's a liar. I lied. We're not starting this right away. I have to take medicine. Bye. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, like a minute. It would be less time, but I drank all my tea and have nothing to take my medicine with. I feel like each video I've done for this event has just derailed further and further. Anyways, yeah, liars. Oh, the gang's all here. What do you know? We have Sarcasm Nyx. We have Hersher of Reason, because it's the magical girl Bronya, and Tariri. Oh my god, this is gonna be I've hit a wall, and that's gonna be this entire video. God. Here we go. Okay, the rusted iron gates were pushed open. The broken bricks and tiles everywhere silently attested to the brutality of that battle. Siren walked ahead. Nobody spoke on the way. Half an hour ago, she put forward a proposal we didn't anticipate. So this is actually in our current timeline. And now this is a flashback where Siren says we can end this tragic cycle by destroying this rock. She's gonna say, I'll do it. Yikes. Yikes, we're starting with self-sacrifice. It hasn't even been 3 minutes yet. Delta says, do you know what you're talking about? And Siren says, of course I do. She can't die. She's playable in the next patch. She can't die. But she says, of course I do. There have always been more than 2 options. You know that too. The secret third thing. I've been bad at making decisions. If both options are equally undesirable, why don't I just give up? Siren, no. That's not the secret third thing. The secret third thing is you become playable. She says, I've screwed so many things up. I can afford one more. I'm far weaker than Volare, and too weak to save anything, so I might as well destroy it and end it once and for all. Siren, no. Do we gotta bring back the therapy room? She says, I'll do it at the Dark Lord's castle, which is far away from the city center. That place is already in ruins, so even if I fail, it won't be too much of an impact. Siren, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. That ninja appeared to want to say something, but said nothing at all. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say either. I would just be like, no, end of discussion. We're not doing it. Think of a new plan. This is it, she says. We're back in the current timeline. Siren stopped walking. Is this why we have the playable team of the 3 of them? Because they're all in the rock somewhere? Or is it really just gonna be like a full, like, life flashes before your eyes? But Siren says, I'll be over there in the rotunda, injecting all my power into the stone to destroy it. So we are going through with this. What the heck? This isn't even the very end. This is like Rosemary's Flurrygraph all over again, where it's like, you think it's ending, but it's not. If it all goes well, though, it might attract nearby magical creatures, so I'm troubling you with the fighting. I guess we're going through with it. Kasumi says, just leave it to us. Siren says, if I succeed, Brony will detect a change in Tariri's vitals. If I fail, please don't hold back. We're fighting Siren. We are fighting Siren. Lovely. She says, you've all got bigger things to do, right? Don't waste more time on me. Oh, dear God. Delta says, hey, stop being a major idiot. And we say, it's not a waste of time. Don't forget, we formed a partnership since the beginning. Aww, it's been a long ride. It's been a really long ride. It's you who investigated the leads about Teresa with us. It's you who unraveled the nature of this stone. Surely you're aware of how indispensable you are to our team. And Brony says, don't be so hard on yourself. If it doesn't work, we can figure out another way together. Oh, that's the nicest thing Brony's ever said. And Rita says, we'll wait for your return. Is she going to return, though? He says, I hate this. Why are you always so kind? Oh, the bed pats for the baby. Baby for the last time. No, it's not the last time. She's playable in the next patch. She can't die. She's playable. I mean, Himiko's playable, so Siren rubbed her eyes, and when she looked up again, she tried to smile in front of us for the first time. She says, "Thank you all, and thank you. Then I'll be off." They don't even show her smiling. What the heck? I mean, there was a little smile. I feel like now in like her end animation, she has to smile. Or like in her ult, it's like a Genshin Impact friendship animation. The D-Luke one. When you hit level 10, he smiles in his ult or something. Is that real, or is that just like, did the internet lie to me? Like, anyways, back to the serious story and not D-Luke. I could tell she was still hesitant from her steps, but she didn't look back once. Siren walked through the slant broken walls. I would like to see this, by the way. This is important. This is important to the lore. But she walked across the moonlight speckled ground and towards the collapsed castle, toward that darkness. Is that it? No. There's the stone. We actually walk as her now. Oh, she has no footsteps. That's fun. Her animations are also a little bit janky, but like, it's fine. She was never meant to be played like this. Touch. Oh, I love Honkai Star Rail. Wow. We're in a void. Follow the path and I should be able to get to the core of the seed. I'm actually gonna go very fast because the whispers are freaking me out. Please, Siren, run faster. There's little whispers. I don't know if you guys can hear it because it is very quiet, but it's freaking me out so much. Siren says, "Sorry, I came too late to Volare." Hi, Volare. We need to hurry this up because the whispers are freaking me out. But a soft white brushed her consciousness gently like a feather. It felt like someone poked her face, then mischievously pinched her nose. That's on brand, yeah. It says, "Hey, Siren, this touch feels too real." She says, "Wake up, I brought you the book." Siren says, "Huh?" Oh, there she is. Oh. She's so uninterested, but also like, there she is. She says, "You look so pale." Dummy, when was the last time you took a break? Why the face? Aren't you happy to see me? I'll go then. Siren says, "No, I'm very happy." So Volare says, "So honest. I thought you'd snap your head to the side and say, 'Am not,' gruffly. I can't believe how much you've changed since then." Then Siren says, "Am not." She did the thing. Volare says, "But a closer look shows me you've grown thinner and taller. This desk looks smaller in comparison." So weird. It's weird. It's really weird. But Siren says, "You don't seem to be surprised to see me here." Oh, they are in like the rock void. All right. Volare says, "What's surprising about this? I know not only you'd come, but also you've been calling me a liar in your mind." Dang. Calling her out, I guess. "Quiet again," she says. "Did I speak your mind? Okay. I'll admit I lied to you and locked you out back then. Not the most elegant move, but you can't blame it all on me." Siren says, "But we're friends. We could have worked it out together, faced it together. I know to you we're useless juniors, but even a little help from us might have made a difference." Oh, now she smiles. Oh. I'm like screenshotting all of these because this event is well over and I don't know what I'm going to use for the thumbnail on this video. Anyways, Volare says, "It's been so long since I last saw you puff your cheeks. What can two fresh graduates do in this major event? You must believe that's what I thought, right?" And Siren says, "Isn't that so?" But Volare says, "Of course not. You and Tariri are smart and fast learners. You lacked field experience, but you were able to follow closely until the last minute. That's a real feat. Brobely said we must save a trump card for everything. I know what being a magical girl means. Brobely and I aren't planning to sit around. Under the circumstances, we could only trust our friend. Therefore, you and Tariri aren't useless juniors, but the precious trump cards we saved for tomorrow." Siren says, "But I'm not a qualified trump card. I'm still not strong enough to defeat the Dark Lord or save you. I could only think of a terrible solution. Self-sacrifice! Boo!" I was gonna be like, yay! Because that's the gag I've been going with for a lot of these like horrible things. But no, that is not a yay. That is a boo. Tomato, tomato. No self-sacrifice, please. Volare says, "What do people say? Dummies will be dummies. You've never acknowledged yourself, have you? Even though you came first in the graduation exam and acquired a new power, you're still hesitant and scared of taking a step forward." Volare is just laying it all out on the table. She's like, "Listen, bestie, this is not gonna fly. Not anymore. What are you hesitating for, Siren?" She hesitates to answer as well. So Volare says, "Okay, we've talked long enough. Go. Brobely and Tariri are waiting for you." Yeah, Brobely is in the rock, by the way. Siren asks about that. She is in the rock. That's why she's playable in this thing. Okay. It's getting edgy. Volare says, "Oh, duh. Why would I leave my friend's soul in a hellhole? Don't you know? For a magical girl, so long as her soul is kept in a vessel, she isn't considered dead." That is some Honkai logic if I've ever heard of one. "So even if you break this stone into powder, So long as you remember us, we won't disappear. It really is giving the power of friendship, it really is. Now you can finally stride forward without misgivings. Eh? And Siren just calls her a liar. You're a liar, she says. Yep. Because technically she's dead. If you break the stone, she's dead, but in the stone, she's alive. Technically, I guess? She says, why are you crying all of a sudden? Not this. I'm bad with kids. Now, don't cry. Siren says, I'm not a kid. Stop lying to me. And Volare says, okay. I promise to never lie to you again. Once we meet Broboli and Tariri, you gotta look happier. Or they'll accuse me of bullying you. Oh. Siren says, right. And Volare says, smile for me. So she bit her lip, and meekly yet strainedly, I did not know that was a word, she smiled. Volare says, well, that looks horrible. Go forward, Siren. Don't make them wait too long. This is tragic. We're literally like seeing all our dead friends. Ah, it's bright. Well, at least there's not the weird whispering anymore. That was a lot. Hi, Bronya, not Bronya. Do I just have to stare at the white this whole time, really? Anyways, Broboli says, long time no see. Great. The whole time, Siren unconsciously reached out to touch her arm. It felt hard and cold. I think she's the most dead of the three, so that would make sense. She says, hey, I actually exist. And Broboli pinched Siren's cheek. The tip of your nose and your eyes are red. Did you cry? Did Volare bully you again? She immediately clocked it. Siren says, oh no, not at all. I was just extremely happy. How much time do we have left? So this is more of like a her life is flashing before her eyes before everything kind of hits the fan moment. I don't know who's gonna die yet, but someone's gonna die of fun for sure. Probably says enough for us to have a chat. That's how much time we have left. Since you're here, I assume you read the textbooks we left. Is there anything you want to know? Such as why we didn't choose to destroy, but to use the forbidden magic. Siren says, because you're hoping we could find another solution. Yeah. So Broboli says, clever, but not entirely correct. The correct answer is, this seed is at its weakest when the Dark Lord is slumbering. The problem is, everyone is strained from simply maintaining the balance, and doesn't have the energy left to destroy it. Luckily, you came. Maybe that perfect solution never existed, but that fact that you made it here means our gamble paid off. Magic girls will welcome a tomorrow when they're truly free. Broboli, where are we going with this? Siren says, then how can I destroy the seed? If the seed is destroyed though, how much death are we getting? Is it 4? Is it 1? I don't know. I don't know if I want to know, honestly. Broboli says, see that transparent greenhouse out front? It houses the core of the seed. Its glass protects it from our power. So throw a rock at it. Throw a rock at the greenhouse. It's made of glass. Oh, but they put the seed in the greenhouse. Okay, yeah, I get the analogy now, I do. Broboli says, if my assumption is correct, it should still be wilted. We should be able to destroy it easily once we get inside the greenhouse. So throw a rock at it. I mean, they are in the void. Broboli, you have little daggers on your hands, your fingers. Why have we not tried to use the finger daggers? On the other hand, Tariri has an egg-shaped purse that looks painful. Why don't we chuck that at the greenhouse? I'm just saying, work smarter, not harder. This is like how we can't jump in Star Rail. But she says, we'll continue to maintain the balance of power until you succeed. Just focus on your task. Siren has another question, and that is, will everyone hurt when the seed is destroyed? I guess it would be all 4 of them now? I don't know who's gonna live. Broboli says it won't be very painful. I promise it's like falling asleep. If I had to describe it, feel like this. And Broboli flicked Siren's forehead lightly. She set her up for that one. She says it's good to see you again. Aww. And we're still in the bright white light. Can we really... I almost would take the black screen and creepy whisperings over this. It's so bright, okay? I don't do light mode. I don't. But now we're at Tariri. She says you've seen them, haven't you? Are you surprised? To be honest, I wasn't expecting you. Now that we're all here, with the creepy music, it's starting to feel like a class reunion. Ah, yes. Do you remember that photo? The one we took together when you graduated. We only took one photo and I took it. It's been standing on my bedside table ever since. Now it's yours. So I'm assuming Siren will make it out. Siren is supposed to make it out of this, okay? But wouldn't Siren have seen the photo if she went into Tariri's house? No, we couldn't get into her house. That was right. Okay, no, I get it now. But yeah, whew. Tariri then says, oh yeah, and this. She opened a book and took out a translucent card. Immediately my brain went to like, oh, photo cards? No. It's also Albedo's birthday. Happy birthday, Albedo. Your birthday was probably like a month ago at this point. Tariri says, before the graduation exam, didn't I say I'd give you something that'd make you super powerful? She did say that. That's why we were gonna go into her house. Breaking and entering did not work, baby. Oh, the bookmark! She says it's this bookmark. We're, again, circling back. At that time, you looked under the weather. So me and my senior wanted to make you an amulet. We even painted a special blessing on it. But only half of it remains. I don't know where the other half went. It's in a book somewhere. Siren says, I'm sorry. If only I went to the castle with you that night. Oh, she's actually... Because she probably still feels bad. Yeah. And blames... That's the thing. She blames herself. She blames herself so she can't use her full magical powers because she's sad. That's it. This is going to get more and more unhinged at this point. I saw the Genshin tweet and Anyways, Tururi says, it's fine. Actually, you were right that there's no miracle stone. If I listened to you in the very beginning, quit the Magic Security Bureau and left, maybe things wouldn't have come to this. Siren says, but if that was the case, we wouldn't have the chance to see Volare and Brobly again. So Tururi says, that's right. There's nothing to regret about, right? Right? Siren says, right. Tururi says, I feel so strange right now. We haven't had a nice chat like this for heaven knows how long. Siren says, sorry to have avoided you. It's just that every time I see you, I recall, yeah. Tururi says, I've long forgiven you. We're best friends after all. You always act cold and tough, but I know your heart is softer than anyone else's. Yep, that is Siren. Are you going to the greenhouse? Take this bookmark with you. Technically, it's only half of the bookmark, but it might come in handy. And Siren says, I know it will. And she's smiling. Oh, Tururi says you can do it. Oh, that's a little bit too wholesome. Is this just a white chair? This looks like someone's album cover. All right, touch. Oh, a butterfly. Great. That means death. Great. Siren says, how come there's a butterfly here? It got swept in. And we now have a narrator that says the blue butterfly quietly sat there and didn't leave. Interesting. I don't know why we suddenly get a narrator. Okay, yeah, so Siren says, weird. It's like Volare is watching me. I'll just keep going because the butterflies are connected to her. You'll be watching me, right? She doesn't really get an answer, but she keeps going. There it is. Oh, a tree. Lovely. We love a tree, I guess. Siren says, I didn't think I'd make it this far, so she is in the greenhouse now. The place was quieter than she imagined. She could only hear her own heart beating nervously. Thank God we have music, because that would just be awkward. In the empty greenhouse, there was only one crooked, leafless tree. Apparently, it had been dead for years and could be snapped like a twig. Only when she got closer did she notice a dark red light coursing under its trunk, the seed of the tree. Yeah, and it is dead. It's finally ending, she says. Volare, Brobly, and Tururi were no longer visible in the greenhouse. Siren took a deep breath and concentrated her magic on her palm. An all-out blow. But, she says, strange. Nothing happened. No way. That much power wasn't enough. So she closed her eyes, recalled what she learned in school, and channeled the magic throughout her body. She yells at it, but the dead tree stood still. She says, how can I not be able to do this? I promised them. I think she's focusing too hard. She just needs to, like, not think for a minute, you know? She's screaming again, and she concentrated magic over and over again, and failed over and over again, until her hand was covered in cuts, until she was exhausted. And there's the inner demons again. It says, dumb Siren only cries and walks behind others. She isn't fit to be a magical girl. There's the inner demons. Siren says, who's there? Wait, do you have to fight your inner demons? Is that the whole thing? The inner demons say nobody expected a worthless idiot to do anything. I hate having to say that. Siren says, get out. Ah, it's the inner demons. Hello, inner demons. Lovely. The inner demons say, what a baby. And yep, inner demons are gonna continue to say things. Anyways, it's the other Siren. Lovely. Are they all gonna be Siren? Are they all Siren? One of them, I don't know which one it is, says you always call others liars. But have you realized that you're the biggest liar? I think it's this Siren. I think. Oh God, do I have to fight? Oh God. I was like, oh my God, do I have to fight her? That was liar. Took a long time. Now you have Miracle Siren. More just heavy story now. So Kiana Siren, this is how we're gonna have to go with it. Kiana Siren says you always call others liars, but have you realized that you're the biggest liar? Be nice. Purple Siren, there's other names now. Purple Siren then says, I don't lie, I do what I say. Oh, and the special program for Genshin was just announced. Yep, I saw that coming. Anyways, this is for 4.1, by the way, because I'm recording this way before it goes up. Anyways, back to the story. Kiana Siren says, then what do you plan to do now? Gnaw the tree's bark? Bend it little by little with your hands? It'd be hilarious, but these are the pure physical attacks I heard about. She's a fire Valk. What are you talking about? I guess that makes sense that she'd be a fire Valk. Yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. Siren says, move it. I don't have time to waste on you. Our Siren. This one's Siren now. I don't want to do long names. But Kiana Siren says, yeah, you're in a hurry. but I'm not. If you beg me on your knees and disappear from this world by choice, I could consider breaking a few branches for you. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Siren says, I said, move it. And Kiana Siren says, guess that means you don't need my help. Are you really going to scratch the bark here for eternity? It's just the inner demons trying to rile you up. Don't listen to the inner demons. Don't listen to the inner demons! Siren says, you stole all my power and show up now just to laugh at me. What do you want? So Kiana Siren then says, I guess it would be Evil Siren. We'll just go with Evil Siren. Yep, that works. Evil Siren says, I need to correct that I didn't steal your power, but you gave it up and handed it over to me yourself. So Siren says, when did I? Evil Siren then says, I see. Being a long-time liar has messed with your self-concept. Looks like you've forgotten your juvenile and foolish self. Oh, did she do some creepy magic stuff? Did she mess with the demons? She might have messed with the demons. The person knocking on the door, though, was persistent. She lost count of how many times she had done this lately. Truri says, Siren, I went to Volare and Brobely's rooms today. You don't know how many books they've hoarded. Guess what I found? So this is supposed to be a depiction of old Siren then, I guess. And I'm pretty sure that this is the model they used for Siren in the original event, Teriri's Magical Quest. Because I was like, I thought that I was shocked when I saw the NPC model for Siren with the purple hair, but I'm pretty sure I was shocked because they originally used this one, but I just didn't remember fully until like now. In the corner of the room, the girl crawled into a ball and squeezed the small plush in her arms, as if that would shut out the sounds of the outside world. It's the inner demons. It's the inner demons. Tururi says, Siren, I know you're home. I found something possibly related to the Dark Lord and Brobely's books. Oh, so this must be after they kicked the buckets? Plural, maybe? She says, please, Siren, I beg you to open the door. I have many things to say to you, and I'm very worried about you. A long silence then. Tururi says, I left the book by your door. When you're feeling better, you can read it. I'm sure you can understand it, since you do much better than me in tests. She pressed her head into the plush, Siren did, and she says, please, just leave me alone. Why am I reminded of that day whenever you show up? Yeah, this is post bucket kicking. She says, it's all my fault, multiple times. If only time had stopped before graduation. If only I hadn't been in that fight. If only I had stopped them. If only I was stronger. If only I was more independent. She stared blankly at the plush in her pale, frail hands. If only nothing had happened, she says. So this was a flashback to Lone Star City then, right? Turi says, wait, Siren, yeah, I remember this vaguely. Oh no, this isn't it. This is not a flashback. It's a flashback, but not to Lone Star City. It would make sense to have one here, but no. Turi says, why are you throwing away all these books? They were probably in Voldare's. Oh, and this music box and this Bella plush I made for you, wasn't she your favorite? Why would you throw her away? Siren says, I don't need them anymore. She turned her head away, not daring to look Tururi in the eye. Tururi says, are you throwing away everything that's connected to us? Her voice trembled. She stood next to the dumpster, barely able to hold all the bits and pieces she just retrieved in her arms. Among them was the plush whose head drooped in dejection. She says, since I'm moving to the Crescent Moon District, I should start over, shouldn't I? Tururi just says, wait. Siren strode away without looking back once. And she says to herself, I can't dwell on the past any longer. They won't come back. I have to grow independent. I can't keep crying at those things. Again, therapy room could be very helpful. You went through double loss, could be helpful. She says, get yourself together and stop being a baby. Get stronger faster, get braver faster. Something in her pocket rustled with every step. She reached into her pocket and took out a bookmark. On the translucent card was a meticulously drawn sigil, where a luscious light coursed due to magic. She says, anyhow, I must live out my life so their sacrifices aren't in vain. And she's doing the same thing now, though, with the stone. Her fingers were trembling, and in the next moment, that bookmark broke in half and drifted to the ground like two withered leaves. Dang. She now says, in a shift of things, I guess, that idiot is looking for a way to penetrate the defense of Boulder Guardians again. So now this is going back to our original story a little bit. Siren says, when will she realize her error? She's failed too many times. I guess she has that in common with Delta, where when it, like the throwing in the towel thing that Delta was going through. But she stood in the dark and watched Tururi being chased around by patrol guards. She suddenly remembered the time when the four of them sneaked into the restricted zone of their school library. Brobely and Volare searched through the books while Tururi and her were on the lookout. They managed to lure Principal Cecilia away, but bumped into Miss Shigure in the corner. Interesting name choices. Very interesting name choices. The girls winked tacitly, again, tacitly, that's the second time in this one event, and walked into Miss Shigure around. In the end, they were caught and punished to stand by the teachers. Not for banned books, but for making fun of their teacher. Well, I think banning books is bad, so okay, fine. As long as that was not what they were punished for. Siren says maybe I should help her. I can draw their attention by walking out of the shadows. It just takes one step. The dividing line between light and dark was by her feet, and looked as glaring as a cliff. She doesn't do it though, does she? Forget it, she says. Yep. If she gets caught, she'll give up on trying to get out, right? That's why Siren comes up to us during our story. She says this is okay. As long as I do nothing, nothing bad will happen to everyone. Yeah, traumatized. She's traumatized. Therapy room. Could be helpful, I will say it again. And now we're back in the present of sorts. Weirdly enough, I don't know if this is the present or not. I think it's just a void stuck in time. Siren says, our new Siren, new and improved, says, what have I done? Why did I make so many cruel decisions? And evil Siren says, you've remembered? You fabricated an ideal shell to withdraw into, and made me clean up after you. Do you find this fair? Luckily, you're so well disguised that nobody found out how foolish you truly are. Now all I have to do is lift a finger, and you'll be a goner to make Siren properly strong. And our Siren says, I won't let you do it. Oh, am I fighting? I'm not fighting. Oh, I kind of am. Siren in quotations. Yep, okay. Here's the deal. They set this up. I'm gonna just let it play. I don't think we're gonna survive because Siren in quotation has HP of 100,000. We have 25k. And we're not making it out of this, but I don't think we're supposed to. I think we're just supposed to do the battle because like she's not taking any damage. Oh, it did work. Oh my god. Way to go, little buddy. So quotation mark Siren says, is that all you got? You're an intriguing one, but you can't divide your attention. Were you trying to fell that dead tree? Let me see which hand you were using. 1 step, 2 steps. The white-haired magical girl approached the purple-haired girl, froze in place. I thought we won the battle. Siren says, oh, now I remember. It's the left hand. What are we talking about? Okay. Golden threads wrapped around her arm and tightened their grip. An immense pain spread down her arm, corroding her every nerve. She screams, and Siren is just taunting her. The other Siren, not our Siren. Yeah, what is going on? Not Siren says, you can't even lift a finger now. I'll give you 10 seconds. If you don't give me an answer, I'll take it as you surrender. And she starts counting down. Lovely. So a second could be this long. Can we stop this evil Siren, please? This is a lot. Anyways, I must destroy the seed. Everyone's waiting for me, she says. And there it is. Our Siren says, am I out of chances? She could hardly breathe, and her vision began to blur. We're getting spicy. Not exactly, she says. I drafted a plan. Oh no, that wasn't her. She heard a familiar voice in her head. I don't know who it is talking. I'm assuming Tariri, but it says, first, take a deep breath. Free yourself from emotions and organize what you know. I've long forgiven you. We're best friends, after all. You always act cold and tough, but I know your heart is softer than anyone else's. It's Tariri, because she said that. Siren says then, Tariri was right. I was never alone. So the voice of Tariri, says, see that transparent greenhouse out front? It houses the core of the seed. Its glass protects it from our power, blah, blah, blah. Break the glass. She's gonna try to break the glass, because if we should be able to destroy it easily once we get inside the greenhouse. She needs to let them get in the greenhouse, basically. Siren says, I've tried many ways, but still couldn't destroy it. Because you need the power of friendship. Now we have the quote from Volare, you've never acknowledged yourself. You're still hesitant and scared of taking a step forward. And what are you hesitating for? So Siren says, yeah, what am I hesitating for? I might be too immature, but my friends still believe I can create miracles. She said the thing! There she goes! Oh! There she goes! With the bookmark, that's the bookmark. It has everyone's little symbols on it. There she goes! Oh, she has the new outfit. That's her new outfit. Oh my gosh! Okay, so evil Siren is still counting down, but our Siren says, I finally understood there's no shortcut to growing up. You don't grow up by telling yourself to be brave, to be calm, and to stop being a baby all the time. Yeah, you have to be nice to yourself. That's the whole thing. You can be mean to yourself sometimes. Like when this is like a life hack, and I feel like I saw this on Tumblr, but it's like when you get like a self-deprecating thought or something, I yell at myself. That's what I do. I'm like, hey, no, don't do that. And then I think of something else. It's a little clunky, but it works. But like, yeah, you can't, you need to like be nice to yourself, basically. Because being mean to yourself isn't gonna do anything. It's not gonna do anything. She says the perfect disguise is still a disguise. Yeah, there she is, our magical girl. There she is. She says, I'll never surrender. And evil Siren says, what foolish stubbornness. Forget your futile struggling. It's but a waste of time. Nothing's a waste of time. It's always a lesson learned. Something like that. I don't know. Siren says, time, I have plenty. Probably said they'll maintain this balance until I succeed. And the white-haired magical girl looked down at her and sneered. She says, since you're so spirited, I don't mind prolonging our game. The ending has been written anyway. What do you mean by that, not Siren? What do you mean by it has been written? What do you mean by that? Our Siren says, I wouldn't be so sure. The purple-haired girl leaped up like a desperate bird in a piercing arrow. Someone is screaming, I told you break the glass! I told you break the glass! Then came a thud accompanied by a shatter. She broke the greenhouse. Time stopped flowing. All that was left was the sound of frantic heartbeats. I told you it would work! Look at that. Look at that shot. Dang. She's fighting those inner demons. The inner demons say, why you? Just how many more surprises do you have in store? Break the greenhouse and the external power can pour in. Combine the strength of you four and the dead tree can be broken. That was quite clever. But does headbutting count as an actual move? Who taught you that? You fool! You don't know how to battle at all. If it works, it works. Work smarter, not harder. She works smarter. And you're working harder, inner demons. Our Siren says, that's okay. I'll learn. I've decided that if I get another chance, I'll pick up all the memories that I've thrown away before. Be it pain or despair. They're all part of Siren, and I am literally starting to cry. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. She says without them, her memories, I'll never be complete or be able to move forward. She says, you're me, you're Siren's lies. You're the mature me who I long to be. But no matter how I disguise myself, the real me is still that child who hides in the shadows and is afraid of taking a step forward. Rest assured that I won't go hiding in that shell again. Once this is over, could you teach me all the knowledge I've missed? If you're willing, that is. Evil Siren says, listen to yourself. Haven't you learned that already? You think you're holding me down by sheer luck? This favor is free. I'm charging next time. Our Siren just says, what? Yeah? There they go. Oh, a big leap forward. This is probably way too loud, but oh. Stop, I'm crying. What the heck? This is a limited Honkai event that ends in like the next 24 hours and I'm sobbing. We must keep moving. This video doesn't end until I finish. The pure white world crumbled away like quicksand. Thank God, it's burning my eyes. This is gonna keep me up for at least another half hour after I finish. Honestly, the Genshin Impact figure skating video might be what keeps me up, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, winds brushed past her cheek, taking away a warm raindrop. Yeah, I can't talk anymore. A disembodied voice from someone, maybe Siren, maybe not, says, good night, magical girl Volare. Good night, magical girl Brobely. And good night, magical girl Teriri. Don't tell me you can't not kill her! This started with her! Good night, blue butterfly. And good night, Siren. They can't all be dead! We can't all be dead! Oh my god, okay, 3-4, Before Dawn. That put another K-pop song in my head. That's just what we keep doing today, I guess. Their story, though, was coming to an end, but the journey had just begun. We just have Rita. Great, great. We're in the void. Still, Siren says, is this the end? Is it though? It's so quiet that it is. It's unsettling. She says, I'm really alone this time. What should I do? I don't even know what kind of vessels they want to keep souls. And Volare's I was gonna say Volare's disembodied voice, but that is Volare. That is her foot. She says, hey, don't go for the pinky heart-shaped ones. Disgusting. Space. Stop. Probably says, I can fit into a hat. It sounds good to be a Mad Hatter, perhaps. I love that. That's so fun. Siren just says, huh? So, are they alive? Because Teriri would be somewhere else, right? Do they all live? Is that the gag? Does no one die? Was I crying for no reason? No, I was crying because Siren had major character development. That's why I was crying. I love character development, okay? Especially when it hits a little bit too close to home sometimes. I love it. But Volare says, what? You look like you saw a ghost. I mean, she technically kinda did. You guys died. Siren says, aren't you already? And Probably says, come one. Or I think it's supposed to be come on, maybe? I don't know. Why would there be tragedies in the world of magic girls? Oh, I love plot armor. I love it. I love plot armor in a limited event. Volare says, to be honest, I thought I'm doomed this time, but the moment the seed was destroyed, there seemed to be a force that stopped time, and then we found ourselves back here. Siren unconsciously reached out to touch her arm. Yeah, no, she's like, are you real? Like, am I dreaming? It was a soft, warm touch. We gotta get back to the Hyperion. We got a fourth person. Probably says, relax. We aren't ghosts. And you aren't hallucinating. See, this makes it so worth it for me who played Teriri's Magical Quest as well. I don't know about y'all who played both, but like, seeing everyone alive again just makes it so worth it. I'm so happy. It's a limited event story, and I'm just like, I'm very happy with this. I love this ending. Oh my god, wait, it's Sela. She's here too now. She says it's like finally waking up from a long dream. So they all were freed. Siren says, and you are? Yeah, we gotta explain that one now, don't we? The unknown girl tilted her head with a smile, then made a butterfly sign. She was in the butterfly, yeah. All right. I didn't even think of that. She says the blue butterfly, remember? And Volare says her identity is rather special. I'll tell you later. Yeah, we got some catching up to do. By the way, she says, or our Sela. I guess, yeah, you would just be Sela. Anyways, she says, by the way, aren't you going to say hello to the people over there? They've been waiting for you. It's our new friends. Siren looked to the foyer. The first person to walk in was Delta, then Kasumi, Rita, and stop, if it's Teriri, I'm gonna lose it. Oh no, it's us. I forgot we were here. I forgot we were here. This is not our story. But we say you did extraordinarily, Siren. There was like a secret fifth outcome. Everyone lives. The secret fifth outcome. Everyone lives, including Sela. We say you must be exhausted. You can go back to Hyperion and rest up. And wait, what did you just call me? Call me Captain. Oh, wait. Siren says nothing. It's just that I can't keep calling you Hey. That's the same thing Kasumi said to Callan. She mumbled and her ears slightly flushed. We can't even see her ears. Rita says, it's okay. Being honest with your feelings is the first step to growing up. Aww. And that was the whole cutscene. She has grown up. Delta says, if you ask me, she's got a whole lot to learn, but she's gonna learn it with her friends by her side. And also maybe after fighting you a little bit, because she looks angry again. Siren says, sorry. I don't think you can get your job done. And Delta says, nah, we'll be scolded at worst. Oh yeah, because they broke the ether anchor. But she says it'll be totally worth it to see her get roasted. Okay. I guess Kasumi is getting roasted. Great. Delta threw a glance at Kasumi. The ninja's face twitched slightly. Yeah, she's like, I don't get paid enough for this. Delta says, Brony contacted us a while ago. She said Teriri has woken up and is doing good. Yay, everyone's alive. It almost feels too good to be true, you know? I feel like we're gonna get a bit from Luna at the end that's like, by the way, that's all fake. Everyone's dead, including you. But Teriri, after she heard that the town was surrounded by magical creatures, she insisted on coming over to join us. Girl, you are healing. Siren just says she's like that. Come on, let's go to the Crescent Moon district. And we say, let's head out now. Yeah. Siren says, you can stay here. The problems of the magical girl world should be fixed by the magic girls. Once this is over, maybe I'll decide when that time comes. What are you deciding? If you're gonna come with us on the Hyperion? You will. I'm getting playable Siren whether she likes it or not. She will come home. But we just say be careful out there. So I watched the girls walk toward the foyer, but didn't notice a small white figure had stopped beside me. Oh, it's Sela! She says thank you. Looking into her blue eyes, I was reminded again of that never-ending summer, that melted sea salt popsicle, and that grudging downpour. Oh, and we say no need to be so polite, Sela. Oh. She asks us if we found that person yet. Is she talking about Luna, or is this a part of the story I haven't gone to yet? We say not yet, but I'm getting close. So that must be a part of the story I haven't gotten to yet, or a part of the story I missed from like the captain story, because that's a whole other thing that I'm only recently learning was a whole other thing. But Sela says, you will find that person. I'll cheer for you every day. And she waved before running toward the magic girls and into the misty dawn. Delta says, we should set out too. Our job here is done. And Kasumi says, wait. I still have something to tell this captain. Is it about Luna with Callan? But we just say, I hope it's not bad news. Such as I'm also an ether anchor. That would be a lot. That would be a lot. Kasumi says, not that. And the ninja paused. She looked at me as if I was somebody else, which made me tense up instinctively. Ooh. She says, when I was investigating in this bubble universe, I came across 2 leads. As a ninja not under your employ, I'm not obligated to report to you, but I will inform you on my own behalf. If you're gonna leave, someone has to fix it, so like, yeah, please tell me. She says the first lead is that the person you're investigating is targeting Teresa and Teresa alone. Weird. The second lead is that she's long since stopped sucking blood to sustain her life. Okay, so we say, but those bite marks? And Kasumi says, that's all I know. I cannot guarantee the veracity of those leads. Regardless, though, we say, thank you for the leads. If there's anything I can help you with, and Kasumi says that'd be unnecessary. Next time we meet, we will be enemies. And that is exactly what Delta keeps saying. And Delta actually says, we're counting on you, bye! And Delta winked and left with the ninja. So we say, I should have realized. Princess Kongming discovered something undisclosable. That's why she left that note. There must be an ulterior reason for her being so. Firstly, she only wanted me to see that note. The note was tucked under the chessboard, which was impossible for someone who didn't play chess against her often to notice. Secondly, the note wasn't only alluding to me, but also to herself. Those who recognize the situation live, and those who break it survive, can be interpreted as she chose to break the passive situation at hand. So, Princess Kongming should have left the ship on her own accord to meet Luna. It took us that long to come to that conclusion, really? I saw the cutscene, but I didn't need to see it to know. Anyways, Princess Kongming's note was still in my pocket because I wasn't sure of her intention. I hadn't mentioned it to the others, and I think it's time we bring out the note. Based on the leads we acquired in those bubble universes, Luna has been indiscriminately attacking those who resemble her and sucking their blood. I clicked a little bit too early, but it's fine, I read it. Maybe she didn't take away those Teresas because she's already accomplished her goal. But if sucking blood is no longer a requisite for survival, why would she keep doing it across bubble universes? And a collection of age-old memories surfaced. Like a broadcast heard on an old radio. At first, it was too muffled to make out the words. Then, at some point, it suddenly became unmistakably clear. Could not read that word for some reason. So, I think there was an earlier part to this event story I missed, but I actually don't even know when they ran that. Or maybe it was in the main story. I'm not really sure, but it's fine. Because I'm understanding enough. I think doing the 3 parts in the series is probably enough. But her vampiric attacks can inject microbial-sized Honkai beasts into her victims, which almost seems worse than a normal vampire. They will also display vampiric urges similar to that of A872 and share a lifelink with A872. Why did Teresa want to link herself to all of her clones? Something seems to be different from what I remember. Those Teresas we saw didn't display any vampiric urges. That's because it's like The Sims. It's like, I said this before, it's like The Sims 4 vampires. It takes a little bit. And we just didn't stick around long enough, right? Brony, you might want to check on your long-lost sister or whatever you called her. But I can't figure out why Luna would share her life with them when they have no problem living normally. The blood-sucking behavior of the infected will strengthen A872. As long as A872 isn't fatally threatened, the infected will be nearly immortal. Okay. I unconsciously repeated the audio in my memory. My back already drenched in sweat and cold to the bone. I'm not a nervous sweater, so I don't relate to that. Stay safe. Rita says, you've surely reached a conclusion by now, right? Yep. So we say, by sucking blood, Luna left marks that connected her to Teresa's for the purpose of turning all Teresas into her hostages. We kind of got that at the beginning with the Luna bit, the cage cutscene, but I'm not sure. I opened my mouth, couldn't say the answer, because it still doesn't make sense. Why would she want the hostages? Even I saw the cutscene and I don't know. Why did she do it? What happened in these years? I had no way of knowing. The girl who only wanted to see the outside world seemed to have turned into someone alien. Had I found earlier, would the situation be redeemable? If she who turned Teresa's into hostages and the girls who seek the Ether Anchor connected in some way, kind of? In a weird way? Because of Callan? But maybe there's more? We say, Rita, is this the place where you discovered the dream particles? Oh, I thought this was Luna's palace. I thought she moved into the Dark Lord's palace, but this place is shattered, so that's actually not possible. Rita says, yes, it's a little distance ahead. Would you like to see it for yourself? And we say, yes. I feel like I'm missing some information, which, yeah, we are, definitely. It definitely feels like that. Oh my god, we're so close to being done. Rita says, then please follow me. Many tenacious magical creatures have gathered here. If you don't follow me closely, I'll be rather worried. I was wondering why Delta was not on our team this time. We just have Rita, and it's because she's the only one with us. It's literally just us and Rita here, isn't it? Oh, this brings back memories. This brings back memories. We did this during Rosemary's Floreograph. This exact setup, but it was outdoors. Listen, this time I'm not getting cut off. We will clear it, baby. If it's the last thing I do tonight, which it very well might be, because I don't know what else we're doing. Oh my god, this is so chaotic! Some magical creatures, my butt! This is so chaotic! Give me the ult, please, please. I want my creepy Friend, give me my apparition looking thing. Oh, we're already done. Wow. I need a water break. Ah, my stale water. Rita says, how are you? My throat hurts. But we say I can keep up. Rita says, but you're sweating profusely. Those are the nervous sweats? We're fine. Rita says, I suggest we take a break here. Those dream particles won't disappear over time. But we say, I feel we're running out of time. Cold sweat slid down my spine. Can't relate. I tried to hide my fatigue, but Rita saw through my act. The communication indicator suddenly lit up. And Brony says, I have super great news. Want to hear it? Not sure, Brony. She says, just now, I accidentally found the coordinates of the bubble universe where Luna is. Isn't that the best news you've heard today? I mean, the best news might be that the 4 magical girls all survived, and Sela, so now there's a 5th magical girl. But they all survived. No one died, except for Sirens and her demons. And that's the greatest news. Anyways, yeah, sure, Brony. Oh, we say it's our first time obtaining a lead so direct. That means we are being set up. Yep, sounds about right. Brony says, yeah, that baffles me, but at least it's something. Even if it's a trap, it's worth checking out just to see who our enemy is. By the way, Captain, you have to pay me more this time. At least it's double. No, triple the usual. How about it? No. Oh, we thought of something. I thought we were just ghosting, but no. Brony says, are you listening? And that's that for Before the Dawn. Oh God, we're like frozen. Oh no, we're not. I just didn't hit the button properly. Okay. We have 3-5. Promise. The video doesn't end until we end. This shouldn't be that long. It looks like, because it says Dark Moon, it looks like we're back on Luna's POV. I carefully climbed up until a green vine came into my view, so we're not on Luna's POV. The vine was wobbly. If I grabbed it, I may be able to climb higher and see the road beneath me. Or my weight may snap it and I'd fall into a bottomless pit. That sounds like a nightmare. This line is back. The Rita line from the very beginning. Have you ever observed ants? I remember that. Who was that? Draw a circle around the ants with a stick, and they'll be trapped inside it. Ants that can't find an exit will probably run around in the circle until they're exhausted. I actually never knew that, and I've had ant problems before, so like, If you put a stick in the circle, do you think it would climb out? I don't want to think about ants. The vine dangled. It might break off any minute. I'm gonna do nothing. I sat in place. There was no sight to see, but my tense body relaxed nonetheless. The next moment, the dark cliff crumbled. The ending was clearly predetermined, so I die in all 3 case scenarios. Thanks, Elio. Oh, it's Luna Kindred. Okay, yep, here we are. She says, is this the ether anchor? It looks very plain. There's no need to be evasive. I know the gifts of fate have been secretly priced. Say it. What do you want me to do? Oh, wait. So now we're going through everything because this is Ravens. She says opens at 17:30 every day and doesn't have a regular closing time. Serves snacks and cocktails. If only we could open a restaurant together. Can you cook? I've always wanted to try the black truffle chocolate grilled steak you talked about. That actually, I'm not even a steak person, but that probably is bomb. I actually can't eat steak. Anyways, as for me, I can entertain the guests, and my sister will often help us out. Who is she talking to? Because her sister is supposedly Catelyn? I don't know. Obviously, we all probably know by now, but I'm recording this in September. We can call all our friends over after closing on weekends and make ginormous cotton candies together. Oh, so she is the innocent one from before. Those two in the eatery look so close. It makes me a bit reluctant to interrupt their conversation. After a while, she sighed softly. The wind chimes on the door jingled. Oh, so she did go in. She says, can I order now? Unfamiliar scenes flooded into the brain, overloading neurons. But was this the time to stop? Actually not, because we can continue. Luna says, celebrate my birthday with me to her sister. Is this going to answer my question of who the sister actually is? She says it doesn't matter. If I want, every day is my birthday. I'm going to make up for all the birthdays I didn't get to celebrate with you. She is insane. She's insane. Let's blow the candle and make a wish together. She says, I wish. Be gone, Teresa. Why? What is her deal? So we're in a new scene. She says, sometimes I fantasize that I had the chance to go to school back then. Scribbling on textbooks, eating snacks with friends in class and getting caught, hanging out with them after school and agreeing to see each other tomorrow. It's not that... Listen, Luna, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm gonna be honest. School is not that great. Like, stay in school, yeah, but it's kind of like not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun. She says, by the way, what would you do if you found out students were bad-mouthing you behind your back? Cry about it, because that's what I actually did in, like, middle school, and elementary school, and high school. Yeah, I was that kid. Oh, she's talking to her teacher, I guess. Interesting. She says you're a kind teacher. Going to school, thank you. Someone like me has long since lost the chance to experience it. It's not all it's cracked up to be, Luna, I'm gonna be honest. Her fingers had become numb. Only the stinging pain from her heart kept her mind lucid. But was this the time to stop? I don't have an option. So we're at an amusement park, she says. Cold, yes. It's so wet on rainy days. I hate it. But why are your hands always so warm? Do you remember our promise? At that time, I said I'd wait, no matter how long it'd take. Who is she talking to? She says, but now I've changed my mind. I don't want to see you again. This dump doesn't even have a ceiling. Aren't you cold? You'll be soaked if it rains. So this was where she originally was at, wasn't it, then? She says, I forgot. You're sleeping and can't answer me. Oh, it got weird. She says, I'm bored. My sister went to work again. I wanted to go with her, but she wouldn't let me. But I followed her secretly. And guess what I found out? That's right. She's been lying to me, she says. Ooh, okay. So is it Callan? I don't know. Luna says, I don't understand. She said she'll help me to the end, but it's fine. I'm not mad at all. Even if I'm alone, I can do it. I've always been alone anyway. Yeesh. God, it's getting heavy again. This always happens at the end of these. I can't even, The consciousness had reached its tolerance limit. If this continued, it eventually, I don't have an option. I have to continue. And we're back with the red void. Back to the back rooms. At first, it was a vicious fog. Viscous? Viscous. It's like thick. The fog faded, revealing a world of bloody red. Because vampires, you know? But just keep moving the stiff limbs forward toward the disjointed sobbing, and one would discover, this is where we got cut off before, I'm back in that place again. Where is this place? I didn't know if it was a dream. I only knew she must be waiting for me. And there's a random Honkai Impact 3rd poster on this board over here. So who is she? The light from street lamps and the moon intertwined in the dark alley. Exactly the same as that night. The endless waiting felt like a moment. Nothing had changed. As if nothing had happened, and everything could be saved. Fingertips had been numbed by the cold, but the heart beat with a fiery vigor. You know, I'm starting to catch up to where the stuff I was seeing on Twitter about this event, I think. And if we do, I have thoughts. If it ends up going in that direction, actually, I have thoughts. But every step pained like being pierced by a million needles. Almost there. Almost there to getting my heart crushed by this event, apparently. Anyways, the next corner and the next corner, she would surely be gasping sharply in agony on the cold tiles, just as she remembered. And this time, I will... Cutscene! So it's Luna. Hi, Luna. Hello. I'm gonna screenshot really quickly so I have that as a thumbnail, possibly. So that's what we're ending with. I can already see the direction it's going in, and I am going to start. I've seen some stuff, right? I am gonna start the next event, obviously, because I had already gotten so far in this by the time I had been, like, I already got so far, I didn't really want to level up any 4 characters to level 10. Can I do that? I haven't been leveling anyone, as you can see. No, I can't do that, I'm realizing now. Maybe these two? Clear Point Sunfeather. Okay, never mind, never mind. That's probably it for this event. I might do more of the Trials of Illusion and the daily practice stuff in like the next 24 hours from this video being recorded, but I probably won't, just because I have spent so much time on this and I'm gonna go insane. I'm actually gonna go insane, but I really did enjoy this event. Even if the finale part of this event is not what I want, I'm at least going to start it. And if I end up really not liking the story from what I've seen so far about it, I will stop, and I will fully stop, and I will air out my grievances in that video where I decide to stop. Like, I will drop the story. I will. I either will drop it or we'll speedrun it to have a good laugh or something. I trust Honkai to do a good story, even if I don't really like it that much. But I don't know, we'll see. I put so much time into this, and I'm glad I finished the Endless Dream part. I really am, because I loved the Magical Girl storyline, and I am so happy for the 5 of them. And that one, it was really good, but I'm nervous to see where the finale portion of the event ends up, because I have seen some stuff. And I genuinely can see the validity in what I've seen after seeing that last part of the story, you know? So, yeah, that's that. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone out there is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. I'm gonna go spend the rest of my Lone Star points, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!